perfect example of this, right? Is like any life coach, you know what? I always talk about this, but like life coaches are the worst at coming up with offers because truthfully, everybody needs a life coach. And they think, well, if I'm vague and I say, you know, I will help you be successful at anything. I will help you in your relationships. I will help you in your career. I will help you in your, making money. I will help you in your health habits. I will help you in all of these things, right? Then they connect with nobody because they're very vague and unclear. Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody? Xander Fryer, the CEO and founder of High Impact Coaching, best-selling author here. And we're going to talk about niches today because apparently this is the hot topic in the coaching space is niche, find your niche. I mean, everybody's heard the saying. You've been told that you need to niche down, right? You've been told that you need to niche down, and you've been told that it's an absolute must in order for you to be successful in your business. But most coaches don't know why it's important, and they don't know how to actually do it. So this is probably one of the biggest parts, because the truth is a good offer, right? And this is, I refer to niches as offers because niches and offers are actually not the same thing. Niche is an area, it's a space. An offer is what you actually do in that space. It's the outcome that you produce in that space. And these are very different. And the thing that I want everybody to understand is good offers open up conversations. Bad offers prevent you from connecting with your audience. They kill conversations. They kill lead generation. So if you're one of those coaches that's out there and maybe you're putting a ton of content online, or you've had a blog for a while, you've got a podcast out there or something like that, and you're not generating consistent leads, and you don't have a six-figure business, chances are it's the offer, stupid. This is a famous Dan Kennedy saying. Chances are it's the offer, stupid. See, you can actually have the ability to sell. You could have a great ability to coach. By the way, I don't know if you guys can hear that. We've got construction going on in the house right now. So if there's pounding on the wall like that, if you can hear it, it's not Armageddon. It's just me getting some construction going on. But I want everybody to understand that you could be a great coach. You could be great at sales. You could even be good at connecting and communication and even lead generation. But the truth is, if your offer is off, it's going to make everything more difficult. You're going to have trouble generating leads. You're going to have trouble getting on the phone. You're going to have trouble enrolling. You're going to have trouble working with clients because you're going to be all over the place. See, good offers simplify your messaging and your delivery. If you're having trouble connecting, it's probably the offer. If you're having trouble putting together a program or service that you can replicate, something that's replicatable to make it easy for you to deliver and scale, it's probably the offer, right? Good offers position you as the expert. Think of a surgeon, right? You have a general practitioner doctor, right? And then you have a surgeon, maybe a surgeon that specializes in shoulder surgery, right? Now, if you're looking for a shoulder surgeon, you're not going to go to a general practitioner to get shoulder surgery. In fact, you're not just going to go to a general surgeon. You're going to go find the specialist that is the best, that is the absolute best in fixing shoulders, right? So good offers position you as the expert. Good offers make lead generation easy. They attract people to you. So if you're struggling with lead generation, chances are it's your niche and your offer. But the problem is most coaches don't know, you don't know what a good offer is, right? You don't know, you're told to niche down, but you go niche down and you niche down to a niche that doesn't want your help. You niche down to an offer that people don't want. This is by far one of the biggest mistakes that I see in the coaching industry. Most people spend their whole careers trying to find their offer. And it's not easy, right? It's not easy if you don't know how to do it. So a lot of coaches, what ends up happening is they end up kind of giving up on finding an offer. And so they continue as a general practitioner, hoping that clients will come to them. This is the difference between having a business that can scale and a hobby that might occasionally pay you. If you feel right now that you might have a hobby that occasionally pays you, it's probably because you do not have a concrete offer. So I want to go through the 4 problems that coaches have niching down, and then the 4 things that you need to have in your offer for it to be a good offer, right? So the first thing that coaches struggle with when it comes to niching down and finding their offer. Number 1, trying to help too many people at once. If you try and help everyone, you'll help no one. All right. I was doing a workshop, and it was actually in San Diego, and Justin Tupper, a good buddy of mine, was actually at this workshop. And as I was teaching, so if you don't know who Justin Tupper is, he started Golf Direct, or is that right? Yeah, Golf Direct. They sold to NBC for $100 million a couple of years ago. And in this room, someone was asking a question about coming up with their offer and their niche. And I told them, if you try and help everyone, you'll help no one, because your messaging will be off. It won't be concrete, and it won't connect with anybody. Right. And Justin literally stood up in the middle of this room and said, if I had learned this 10 years ago, I would not have just sold to NBC for $100 million. It would have been for $1 billion. That's the difference between having a concrete offer and not. See, the problem is coaches know that, so many people, millions of people need their help. So they try and cast a really wide net. They try and encompass everybody that they can. And because of that, they connect with nobody, right? This is a massive problem. You need to be very concrete and clear about the singular types of people that you are helping. That's number 1. Number 2, all right, you overcomplicate things. Coaches like to use their language and their intelligence. They think that by talking in very complex things and like teaching in their offer, that's going to show how smart they are. This is an ego thing. Your offer should be simple. It should make sense to a 5th grader. You should be able to tell it to your mechanic, and your mechanic should be like, oh my God, I know a couple of people that I can connect you with. Right? That's what you're looking for in your offer. But coaches like to overcomplicate things. If you look at your offer and you're like, if I said this to a 5th grader, would they get it? And the answer is probably not. Then you're overcomplicating it. Right? That's number 2. Number 3, you think it's all about you, right? Coaches have spent so much time getting clarity on themselves and what they can help people with. Right? You get connected on your purpose. You get connected on what it is you want to do and what you can help people with as a coach. Right? But the truth is, it's not about you. Your offers are a piece of marketing communication. Right? Most coaches don't know how to communicate in their audience's language. Right? So you communicate in your language. You talk about all the things that you can do from a coaching aspect. But here's the deal, from like a consciousness scale, you're at like an 8, 9, or a 10, maybe a 7, 8, 9, or a 10 on the consciousness scale in your space. And your audience is at like a 1, 2, or 3. If you try to communicate with them at a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, they're just going to go, and walk away. You need to come down to their level, communicate with them where they're at so that you can move them forward. Right? One of my good buddies, Sean Kemp, he gets paid tens of thousands of dollars to write VSLs, virtual sales letters for companies, right? And so say he has a week to write this VSL, he will spend 80 to 90% of that week researching his audience's language, digging into their pain points, their fears, who they are, who they voted for, where they live, what kind of jargon they use, so that he can use specifically their language, their objections, their fears, their desires, their hopes, their dreams. Not what you think their desires are, not what you see their problems are, because you're coming from a different perspective, right? You're up on your castle, you're up on your tower looking down at them. You're looking at things from a different perspective. You're seeing things that they can't see. He learns their language from where they're at. And that's how he learns to communicate with them. That's number 3. It's not about you. It's not about what you can do. You have to communicate to your audience for what they're looking for. Another famous quote from Dan Kennedy, he says, you have to sell them what they want to give them what they really need, right? That's number 3. And number 4, your offer is vague or unclear. Your offer is vague or unclear. Perfect example of this, right? Is like any life coach, I always talk about this, but like life coaches are the worst at coming up with offers, because truthfully, everybody needs a life coach. And they think, well, if I'm vague and I say, I will help you be successful at anything. I will help you in your relationships. I will help you in your career. I will help you in your, making money. I will help you in your health habits. I will help you in all of these things, right? Then they connect with nobody because they're very vague and unclear, right? The analogy that I always use here, right, is I'm in San Diego. All right. If I'm in San Diego and I know that I need to go to New York City and Central Park, which is funny because I was in New York City and Central Park this last week, right? I know that I need to go to New York City and Central Park, and I start my road trip from San Diego to New York City and Central Park, and I hit a fork in the road, right? And at that fork in the road, one road sign reads New York City Central Park this way. And the other road sign reads somewhere fun that you want to go to. Now, I know that I want to go to New York City and Central Park. So which path am I going to take? I'm going to take the one that has clear, concise, and specific messaging to get me to New York City and Central Park. Now, here's the kicker. The other road might also lead me to New York City and Central Park. It might actually be faster and safer and cheaper to get me to New York City and Central Park. But because the signage, because the messaging was vague or unclear, nobody will go down that path. This is just like your offer statement. If your offer is not concretely specific on exactly where you can get someone, it's going to be vague and unclear, and nobody's going to go down that path, right? Now, you might think, oh my God, by concretely specifying I can only take people to New York City and Central Park, it's limiting me because I can also take people to Austin. I can also take people to Miami. I can also take people to Charleston, South Carolina, or Toronto, Canada, right? I can take people all of those places, right? But if you do not come up with that concrete, specific message, nobody will take your path, right? And if you think about it, there's millions of people going to New York City and Central Park. So if you're vague, you get 0 people. If you're specific, you get millions. You get millions of people coming down your path, but it takes concrete specificity there, all right? So those are the 4 big problems that coaches have with niching down. Now, I want to give you the 4 things that an offer needs to be in order for you guys to be successful, all right? And I don't want to belabor these too much, but I want everybody to get to work on these because after I get through these, I want you to post your offer below. For everybody who's watching this live, I want you to post your offer below so we can give you guys some feedback. What is your offer? Now, number 1, your offer needs to be clear and concise, less than 10 to 12 words. Think about it. On social media, you have tops 3 seconds to get people's attention now, right? When you start a video, literally people's mouse is hovering over the X button in the upper right-hand corner. And if you don't catch their attention in the first 3 seconds with the most powerful language that you can and an idea that they want help with, they're not going to listen. So your message needs to be in less than 10 to 12 words. Otherwise, guess what? You're overcomplicating things like every single coach does, right? Less than 10 to 12 words. Number 2, it needs to be concrete and specific. It needs to be touchable. It needs to be tangible. You need to be able to if you told your mechanic, hey, does this meet this criteria? Did I get this person here? They can say yes, checkbox, or no, checkbox. It needs to be measurable, quantifiable. If it's not, you're probably vague and unclear, right? That's number 2. Number 3, it needs to be built around an outcome. This is a big part where most coaches mess up, right? Life coaching is not an offer. Health and wellness coaching is not an offer. That's the how. That's how you get them to the outcome. Life coaching, health and wellness coaching, fitness coaching, career coaching, business consulting. That's how you get them there, but that's not the outcome. That's not the offer. What is the concrete place that you actually get people to? Your offer needs to be built around an outcome. That's number 3. Number 4, it needs to be something that your audience actually wants, not what you want for them, right? So many coaches position their offers as in terms of what they want for someone, right? So I hear this from health and wellness and fitness coaches all the time, something along the lines of transforming their health habits or making their diet and health habits a priority, right? Nobody wants to transform health habits. That sounds really difficult. Nobody wants to make their health a priority or their diet a priority. What do they want? They want to lose weight. They want to look good naked. They want to feel fit and sexy again and have energy. That's an outcome that they want, not what you want for them. I hear people talking about oh, I help people with work-life balance. I help, them get balance in their lives and have success all around and this and that. It's nobody wants work-life balance. They want unimaginable success in everything. They want unimaginable success in their career and unimaginable success in their personal life and in their health, right? They don't want balance. They want crazy amounts of success in everything, right? So you need to understand that it needs to be something that your audience actually wants, not what you want for them, right? So to give you a couple of examples, I always like to share this with people. At High Impact Coaching, we actually have two offers. We have two offers, right? One offer that we share with us and our team internally. It connects with me, right? I'm talking about, like connecting with me. And then we have another offer that connects with our audience, right? See, for our audience, we do some amazing things to help them make money and build their businesses because that's what they want, right? Our offer is to help coaches build profitable businesses in less than 90 days, build six-figure businesses, build multiple six-figure businesses, even seven-figure businesses. That's what we do, right? And we're great at that, right? But what do we really do on the back end? In my opinion, see, that's our offer. And I don't really connect with that, right? I'm not a money-grubbing, money-hungry person, right? And most coaches aren't either. But the truth is, every single coach knows that if they can't make a full-time income, they're not going to be able to have the impact that they truly want to have. They're not going to be able to help the people that they truly want to help. So what is it that they want most? They want help making money so that they can go help more people. And I love being able to help our clients make more money so that they can go help more people and have a bigger impact. There's nothing greedy or grimy or greasy about that. It's just a bigger impact for all. You don't have to work in a 9-to-5. And thousands of people get your help because of it, right? So that's our offer to the external world, helping coaches build six-figure businesses, seven-figure businesses. Concrete, specific, less than 10 words, very clear, right? Now, what is our offer to our team internally? If you were to ask me what we do, I would tell you that we're in the business of saving the world. Us at High Impact Coaching are in the business of saving the goddamn world, right? Because truthfully, I believe that by helping coaches go full-time and build multiple six-figure businesses, that we're actually creating an army of conscious world changers and thought leaders that can pursue their vision at the highest level, living from a place of love, growth, purposeful action, rather than a place of fear. And I know that if we can go help like 1% of this world's population actually go live from a place of purpose rather than fear, we might actually have a shot at solving some of this world's major problems. Health problems, socio-political problems, terror problems, chronic illness, all these things, right? We might actually have a shot at solving some of those if we can get even just 1% of this world acting more courageously from a place of purpose. Now, I know that I can't do that alone, but I know that if I go help 1,000 coaches go full-time, 10,000 coaches go full-time, and they then pay it forward to their own 1,000 coach or their own 1,000 clients, their own 10,000 clients over the course of their career for the rest of their life, I might actually be able to have that impact to actually change the world. So be clear on that. We all have two offers. You have one offer that you put out to the world, and you have one offer that you keep just for yourself, to keep you driven, to keep you motivated, to keep you rocking shit when times get tough, and to be able to push forward and make things happen. All right. That's all I got for you guys today. Love you guys. If you enjoyed this, make sure to share this with somebody who needs to hear this, a coach that needs to hear this. For everybody out there in podcast land, if you want to catch these live, make sure to go and join our Facebook group at xanderfryer.com/FB group. And if anybody's interested in checking out our High Impact Coaching Launch Program, which we've designed, here you go, your offer, right? Which we've designed to help you go from a non-existent business to a profitable six-figure business in the next 90 days, even if you don't have a big brand, even if you don't have a big audience or even a website, right? If you're interested in checking that out, go ahead and go to xanderfryer.com/apply. And we'll set up 15 minutes to kind of dig in with you where you're at, see what you might be hung up on, and see how we might be able to help. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.